Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
So when you ask the government to be more responsible, when you ask them to listen to you and give inputs and call us and email us, nothing. We don't listen a bit.
Paying more money in property taxes after tense and frustrated comments from people living in Fargo, the City Commission passed the 2018 budget with support of all but one commissioner.
Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker was there and shares with us what you need to know now moving forward.
It amounts to $115.37 extra a month for me. In our house, we use cash envelope system. So it would mean either my gas is gone, my dining out money is gone, my clothing money for my kids is gone.
Juliet Fichtner was one of more than a dozen people who questioned their increased property taxes.
We bought our house 5 years ago for about $120,000. We are being assessed for $182,300. We do not feel that our house is worth that.
Some city commissioners and the mayor suggested the state was mostly to blame for these marked increases.
The last 3 sessions of the legislature, they promised us that they were going to reform property taxes. They kept promising that they were going to reform it. And what's happened instead, they used the oil money to buy down our property taxes, which is the easiest thing to do, but it wasn't the most courageous thing to do.
The tax-related frustration came as city leaders tried to finalize a spending plan, one that Commissioner Tony Gehrig says includes ways for the city to save you money.
If we accept all of these, we can lower your bill by 10%, or your city portion of your bill by 10%. So I'll make a motion to cut the Link FM.
Did you make a motion to have all those things? Or just
nope, just Link FM.
Link FM. Is there a second? Hearing no second, motion dies for lack of a second.
I make a motion to move our unallocated from $600,000 to $1.1 million.
Gehrig, however, came up short trying to get the city to tighten its belt further.
Roll call vote, please.
Gehrig?
No.
Grinberg?
Aye.
Strand?
Yes.
Pepcorn?
Aye.
Mahoney?
Aye.
And despite people leaving frustrated, the city of Fargo has a new budget.
Your city officials aren't as concerned about your personal future as they are theirs.
Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
People can still contact the city assessor's office and they'll come out to see about reassessing your home's value, which might lower your taxes.
Help is on the way for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. The U.S. Justice Department is giving $600,000 to a Grand Forks nonprofit that provides assistance to such victims. U.S. Senator John Hoeven of North Dakota says the funding will go a long way for victims when they are in their time of need. Fellow U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp says this is a critical part of the ongoing battle against domestic, sexual, and dating violence.
The Detroit Lakes Police Department is asking for your help identifying a man and a woman allegedly involved in a theft case. The department posted these photos on its Facebook page from the alleged theft that happened September 1st. After noticing the security camera, the two then began to pose multiple times. If you recognize either of these people, you can contact the Detroit Lakes Police Department at 218-846-3204.
The boyfriend of Savannah Graywin says DNA results confirm that the baby found in the apartment complex where his girlfriend was last seen is his child. Ashton Matheny told Valley News Live that he received the test results from the Cass County Social Services Office. Legal custody of the baby has not yet been awarded, but he says he's hopeful that will happen soon. The baby was named Hazley Joe and has been with him since Wednesday. Savannah Graywin disappeared on August 19th. Her body was found in the Red River north of Moorhead about a week later. 2 people, William Hain and Brooke Cruz, have been charged with her disappearance and death.
Canadian Pacific trains will be able to travel faster along certain stretches of rail line beginning September 20th. Safety upgrades will allow CP to modify the speeds in parts of North Dakota. The upgrades on the rail corridor between Valley City and Emmerich will allow them to increase train speeds from 49 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour. Officials say the increased track speeds are the result of installing a centralized traffic control signaling system.
Hurricane Irma is now Tropical Storm Irma. It left Florida today and pushed north into Georgia and South Carolina.
Reporter Kenneth Craig has the story from storm-soaked Miami.
Across Florida, a massive rescue and recovery effort is now underway. Hurricane Irma pummeled the Sunshine State with torrential rain and wind for a day and a half, inflicting misery in nearly every county.
My heart goes out to the people in the Keys. I mean, there's devastation. I just hope everybody, survived.
The Florida Keys were among the hardest hit. Irma was a Category 4 hurricane when it made landfall in the islands. They're now littered with destroyed homes and downed trees. 10,000 people rode out the storm there. They now have no electricity or running water and may have to be evacuated.
We can always rebuild it, but hey, live on the ocean, you go out there. Take the chances.
Some 13 million homes and businesses across the state were in the dark on Monday. Officials say it will likely be weeks before everyone is back online. Miami may have been spared a direct hit, but it was still met with hurricane-force winds strong enough to knock down and uproot large trees.
You are looking at the front entry of our house. That's the gate.
Miami residents said they were relieved the city avoided a direct hit from Irma, but they were still stunned by the destruction it caused.
And we figured, hey, tropical storm, no problem. You know, we went through Andrew and we saw nothing like this in Andrew.
Jacksonville is now coping with its worst floods in a century. High tides are expected to make the situation there even worse in the days to come. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Miami.
Hurricane Jose is now turning in the Caribbean as a Category 2 storm. It could impact the East Coast later this week.
We're following new developments in reaction to North Korea's missile testing. The United States has gone to the United Nations in response to North Korea's nuclear test last Sunday. The UN Security Council agreed to new sanctions in response to North Korea's latest nuclear test. The resolution bans all textile imports and prohibits countries from authorizing new work permits for North Koreans. But it does not include the ban on all oil imports from the country and freezing of assets. North Korea has warned of a harsh response against the U.S. for pushing these new sanctions.
People gathered on Veterans Memorial Bridge earlier today to honor the memory of those lost and wounded on September 11th, 2001, as well as the bravery of those who rushed in to rescue people involved in the attacks. The laying of a wreath and the somber tone of this event are also reminders of the threats our nation faces every day. Both North Dakota's and Minnesota's governors ordered American flags to fly at half-staff on state properties to honor those killed that day, while also encouraging residents to do the same. We drove around Fargo and saw a number of flags dropped down. The attacks left nearly 3,000 dead and another 6,000 injured.
Your new Miss America is Miss North Dakota.
Plenty of reason to smile today after last night's amazing win by a Bismarck native. Miss North Dakota, Cara Mund, was crowned Miss America 2018. Now, we reached out to her representatives today about an interview, and as you could expect, she's a little busy right now. She said that she'll hopefully be available for an interview in the coming days. Cara even received recognition from Washington, D.C. when Senator John Hoeven congratulated her on the U.S. Senate floor today. Mund was an intern in Hoeven's office over the summer.